Look, now tell them motherfuckers we about to bring it to them raw. All these niggas steady sleeping, we getting ready for war. If you say we got beef, then I'm bringing it to your door. They call me the black sheep cause I'm way different than y'all. Tell them motherfuckers we about to bring it to them raw. All these niggas steady sleeping, we getting ready for war. If you say we got beef, then I'm bringing it to your door. They call me the black sheep cause I'm way different than y'all. Now I ain't never ran the streets but still respected by the gang.
Thank you, Craig.
If
I don't know.
what's
What's the full name for someone named Craig? Is Craig a full name or is it like a nickname?
Craig is a name.
Yeah, it is full name.
Let me find out. You just want to make up nicknames for the fuck of it.
No, I'm not. I was just making sure because I never understood how you get fucking Dick from Richard.
Richard has not. Or Will from Willard.
Okay, I mean, I can definitely see how you can get Will from Willard. I would also go by Will if my name was Willard.
Pretty straightforward.
Big facts. Big Willie.
Big hey, Willis, yo. Big Willis, Big Willis, Big Willis, Big Willis, Big Willis, Big Willis.
Duh.
I can't believe you made that.
Hell no.
What can't you believe?
Right.
Left me on a cliffhanger there.
I can't believe
like that he made that, like the Big Willie, like the a Millie, but like yeah, that was a wild Millie. Nah, who else had a good Millie? Neo had a good Millie.
Neo's was.
I don't remember his. Damn, I don't remember his for shit.
I'm trying to think.
Give me
what's
one
his
line.
face? I
know
remember.
Corey Guns is.
Yeah, I was gonna say Corey Guns had a good one. Well, like, cause Corey Guns was on the original, like the real version.
Yeah, but I say he was on like the pre-album version with Wayne, and Wayne had that different verse. That he was like, "If hip hop is dead, I am the M." And then I was just and what else did he say? Yeah, boy, that's my girl, and she pops excellent up in Wayne's World.
Up in Wayne's World, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. But that was like commonplace for Wayne's albums back then. It was because that man's shit was leaking all the time, so you be hearing 12 different versions of shit.
Yeah.
Low key, the like original version of Amelia is like it low key shits on the album version. Like I wish that one would have dropped, but
I mean, you heard it.
Oh, Chameleonaires was fun, fire too.
It was just extra whenever they had to change up the actually Amelia part to something else.
I mean, but at least his worked.
Yeah.
His wasn't as much of a stretch.
There was that one dude that did the Obama one, so it was like, ladies and gentlemen, the next president of the United States.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Obama.
Good time.
It was, man. That was like a really good time for music.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
You and yours. What's me and mine? Are we talking teens? I am.
We talking team. I'm about to tell y'all what we talking.
What we talking?
You okay, my boy?
We talking that goddamn boozy game night.
Always.
Nigga, are you drunk?
Always.
Man, slurring his words.
Nah, I'm just.
I mean,
that class.
It's on brand.
I was in class for like 4 hours, bro. First of all, I had regular class like from at 9 a.m. We got out probably about 4. Then I got this night class at 5 to 9, and it's like project management professional or something like that. That class is so boring. It's so old.
It's old.
I don't know why I'm taking this course, man. I'm just like, and I don't know why they chose only 2 days a week, 4 hours each day at nighttime.
4 hours. I could not take a 4-hour class. That's
Bro, some of these dudes is on the East Coast. They in their 6 to 10. Bro, y'all are wild.
Yikes.
real.
Well, once, for those listening, once we hit like the hour mark, Newt will probably fall off and be asleep. So
I'm sure they
Hell
caught
yeah.
on by now.
better make use of the time that we have.
They know the deal. If they're really part of the boozy crew, they know what it do.
That's true.
Booze Cruise, Booze Cruise.
Dog, get your goddamn Gramps looking at.
Oh, buddy. Anyway, goddamn.
Dog, let me
You gonna
find
take
out.
my shit.
Fucking opposite day. Fuck going on?
I mean, Nady boy. Ah,
Might run with it.
Now, let me find out. This man wants to get extra comical without the gameplay.
I'm dead.
yeah. That's all I gotta focus on now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't locked in like I need to. Anyway, though, I guess I go
You
ahead and
started
say,
the intro. I'm about to say,
who
come on.
it is. Your boy, goddamn, gotta get your mogacies, Danny Phantom.
Hmm.
And I'm sipping on some goddamn sparkling cider. That's what we got in the house because we got a little shit going on. But yeah, sparkling apple cider is what my drink is tonight.
Well, I believe I can say fuck Robert Kelly. It's your boy Devin McFly.
Oh, okay. It's your boy Nate the Great, aka Mr. Gotdamn 47. My drink of the evening is for those of you in the Atlanta area that are familiar with Monday Night Brewing, my favorite brewery in the Atlanta area. Got a little
Poor goddamn ass.
got a little Ain't Life Grand, which is a 3X New England IPA that is infused with CBD. Quite delicious. Yeah. Very nice.
That boy high as hell.
Big facts.
Or I will
Last
be.
and most definitely not least, it's your boy Newt, and I'm sipping on the tears of Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Bryan.
All right.
Sounds
Tell
unpleasant.
Them tears is pretty good.
Them shits taste salty.
Fuck 'em.
Hell no. Yeah,
I will not
big
fuck him.
fact.
But somebody might.
Yeah, don't drop the soap, buddy.
Damn, is that even like? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well deserved. You deserve it. Look what you've done.
I'm not gonna lie, it took me so long to actually add up and understand who the fuck you were talking about. But like,
Nah, I caught on.
yeah, I was just like,
It
what?
wasn't instant. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't instant.
Yeah,
I didn't even know their names like that. But fuck 'em.
yeah, fuck them niggas' names, bruh. Take your you. Guess who going to
Don't say
jail
their name.
tonight? Guess who going to jail tonight?
God ain't posting your bail. Fuck no.
Exactly, nigga.
God fucking sign, seal, deliver that shit.
Yeah, man. It's I mean, I think it's obviously it's kind of unfortunate, like every time there's like a really high profile case. I think it's really interesting that we had kind of two really high profile cases going on at the same time. And I think a lot of people assume that like both of the outcomes of the cases would be
the same.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I guess it's somewhat good that, you know, I guess we kind of went like 1 for 2, but
Well, I didn't even think about like
the
to
other
Newt's point
motherfucker.
last week. To Newt's point last week, it was really like self-defense was on trial. Like not even what he did, because they dropped like gun charges and shit. It was like, are you allowed to defend yourself with a lethal weapon?
Yeah, I mean, that was a really interesting perspective that I like never really would have thought of. And I mean, admittedly, I probably need to go back and listen to it again, but I think it's a like Newt, that was a really good perspective for me to, you know, kind of take the race side of things and even really like the situational aspect of the case out of it, and looking at it in the scope of like, you know, the outcome of the case could have completely impacted how the law is enforced or like changed the law moving forward. So that was a pretty interesting, you know, kind of breakdown of it. I mean, ultimately, still fuck that motherfucker, but you know,
Facts.
that shit made sense.
And that man doing fucking promo tours and shit after.
Right, bruh. Fucking smiling and shit, cheesing. Think he went and took a fucking picture with Captain Cheeto. I'm just like, bruh,
Yeah.
like,
Probably.
Yeah, that nigga was cheesing hard as shit. Then I'll say he supports Black Lives Matter. Roger that.
yeah, okay, my guy. Fuck off.
That boy trying to play both sides, but he can't see both sides like Chanel.
But if y'all ain't catch it, the motherfuckers that killed Ahmaud Arbery taking their ass to jail.
He said, "Guess who's going to jail tonight?"
That shit's wild. I actually have an old coworker that lived down in Brunswick, and I hit him up. He's white, but like I hit him up to kind of see when did I think it happened in 2019 or early 2020 or something, and I
It
remember hitting
happened
him
in
up.
February 2020, but the
Okay,
footage and all that stuff wasn't
come out
released
to like a couple months
until
later.
May. Yep.
Yeah. And I remember hitting him up just to kind of see what the kind of atmosphere was like down there. And I mean, he wasn't really, I'd say, like super informed about everything going on, but like Brunswick is just one of those cities. It's in fucking South Georgia, and you know, for those who don't know shit about the South or just Georgia in general, like South Georgia is just, that's where like all the super racist ass areas are. Right, like
That's a
it's
Bro,
just
it's all over any non big city.
yeah.
I
So
mean, it
like
is. But it's heavily concentrated in South Georgia.
yeah, for sure.
Daniel,
I said, we're the real South
Pauling
Side.
was not in South Georgia, and I saw people
I'm
wearing
not
a
saying.
Obama mask with a knife in the head in
I'm not
high
saying
school.
that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's definitely everywhere, but I'm saying as far as like heavy concentration of like you're gonna go back to back. You're gonna run through 3 sundown towns back to back to back. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know that I've ever been through a sundown town, but like I don't think
I
I
definitely
obviously
have.
want to, but
I have.
I got out to pump gas and I got right back in. I said I'll fill up next time.
yikes. Oh, so you
Bro,
didn't even get gas.
no, I did not.
Damn.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
happened to
bro.
me in Mississippi. I was on a road trip. Ain't know where I was. It reminded me of you ever seen Life? These is wide only pie. How much would it cost to turn this white only pie to a nigga pie? About to turn y'all into nigga pie. It's like, oh, okay.
Down the road, you said, huh?
35 miles.
Yeah, bro, that shit is not cool at all. Cause you know immediately. Like it wasn't like I had to do a trial and error.
Bro,
As
you
soon as I
smell it in the
I
air.
said, "Yep, nope, this ain't it. This ain't it."
Well, I'm glad
It's like
y'all are safe.
something that just it's something that just whistles to you, like it's like a dog whistle. Nobody can hear it except you. It's just like
Fuck
shit.
this
You
shit,
just
I'm
get the
out.
fuck out of here.
The ancestors, bro.
Yeah,
It's the ancestors.
I'ma just get in my shit and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck
for
this
real.
shit, I'm out. Damn, I forgot about the Suns and the Warriors game. I know that has nothing to do with the pod, but you know.
Warriors. And if y'all haven't noticed, Hot Dev is not with us right now.
Not at this very second, but who knows?
You may make an
Um,
appearance very soon.
Speaking of hot takes, we need to jump into this Insecure. Anybody wanna? Well, I guess fuck. I'm talking about it. I thought it was a pretty good episode. Started off with straight from the hospital, from that scene.
Boy,
It was hilarious though because
that scene,
that turn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, boy. That shit took a turn.
But it was cool to see that they did that a few different times, like during the episode, because whenever she like confronts her for real, you're gonna have to have that moment of like, is this really happening or am I getting punked again?
Yeah.
Molly's mom and the almost hook up with that nerdy ass dude she worked with.
Why you gotta be a nerd?
That dude kind of a nerd, bro.
I don't think he's a nerd. I just don't think he has a personality.
I feel like they haven't shown it that much this season, but in the other seasons, they were definitely like portraying him as like a uber geek, like teacher's pet ass dude.
Damn, you just hate to see a black man on his grind, huh?
Right.
Nah, there's other black men in the episode and shit that I support in this.
Ooh, Nathaniel.
I'm actually kind of mad that we figured out this man's real name is Nathaniel.
I was gonna say that, bro. I was like, damn.
Well, we don't know that it was. Buddy could have been trolling.
He didn't. No, bro.
Buddy could have been trolling.
Nathaniel.
Nah, bro, he wasn't trolling.
I ain't never heard nobody say Nathaniel like that though.
Yeah, the whole barbershop. It's funny because, like, I guess based off of what y'all saw in the previews, and to go back to what Newt was saying, on HBO Max, that shit definitely does not start playing. You have to.
How you gonna say that
separately
when we watch it on HBO Max?
On HBO Max on Roku, you have to select that shit separately, my guy.
Well, your bum ass Roku needs to get that shit together then, cuz.
Yeah, but say I was watching HBO Max on the 5, and I don't think it got the previews in it because I'm pretty sure that whole video clip, whatever that file.
The fact is, we talking about the same app. We're talking about the same application. That's kind of crazy.
Well, look, we not about to spend 10 minutes talking about the goddamn preview. That's all I'm about to say.
Facts.
Bring it in. We talking about the episode.
Dev gonna come in with some hot takes on that one, cause.
Well, I got some hot takes for your hot take Dev because she damn sure said that was his cousin. Let me find out all black men look alike.
Look at that coming through the door now.
Let me find out all black men look alike.
They try to argue this case about this preview shit. It's because my brother watching on a bum ass Roku.
Well, Newt just said he watched it on a brand new ass PS5. So listen, what the fuck you gotta say there?
I'm not gonna comment on that.
If I recall correctly, we're not talking about this fucking app. We talking about the episode.
All right, you right.
Like shit.
Bro, smell like shit.
Nah, but homie, it don't matter whether he was his cousin or I guess he's the one that owns the shop. That was some fucked up ass shit, bro. Like,
for sure.
I mean, I don't know if the other guys in the shop know that Nathan is bipolar or, manic, whatever the hell he is.
I don't even know how he know, to be honest.
But yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
But clearly he does know. He wasn't pulling that shit out of nowhere.
Yeah, but like airing that man out like that was like real fucked up. I get it though. Like, I ain't never cut nobody's hair, but like, I mean, hell, even as like a customer of a barbershop, like when you go to a particular barber, you know that like after a while they know how to cut your hair. And then like if you go to somebody else, like they might fuck your shit up or they might do it differently. So like if I'm the one getting the haircut, yeah, like if I'm the one getting the haircut and I know that there's kind of like a difference between like some people like don't cheat on your barber or whatever, but at the same time it's like, nigga, if you're not showing up to the shop, like
45 minutes,
you expect me to say, or what the fuck you expect me to do? You know, like I'm doing you a favor and you getting mad because I cut like one other nigga's hair, bro. Like that's just unnecessary.
Yeah, it was super uncalled for, and clearly, like they said, Buddy eating his lunch, and he was just on some flaw shit in general. But he thinks he's hot shit or whatever. And did they make it clear he was the owner,
Yeah,
or he's
Nah,
just like a
or
popular dude?
Nah, they were saying that he basically he put he put the shop on basically. He brings a lot of publicity to the
Yeah, the
shop
celebrities and shit.
where he brings
They're
the
talking about
celebrities
bringing Wu Tang and shit.
and how he like I guess fronted a lot of the money I guess for the shop or something. But he's like the face of the shop. He said basically his fame and his clout is what brings like people to the barbershop. And so I guess he felt like he can get away. And then when he got checked about it, yeah, he brought up Nate's like um
Bipolar.
his
Man, had
bipolar.
shit to do with
Yeah.
it.
And he did it in front of everybody.
Yeah, that's how you can tell like bitch assness.
yeah,
It's one thing to bring it up and then to just have him on black. I mean, the customers weren't in there yet, but either way, like that shit was just foul
some
and
hoe ass shit,
unnecessary.
bro.
Yeah,
I well,
it
so
was like
y'all
one customer that came
no?
in.
Okay then. Dang. But I
Hi.
had a little I'm here a little late, but you know I'm here. So
The
yeah.
block is hot. The block is hot.
I do
Right.
want to let y'all know y'all slow as hell. But whatever.
I got to say the name though, my girl.
What the
are we
fuck we
slow
slow
about?
about? Like, yeah.
I think I know where this is going, but
It's the previews. I'm a little
Oh my,
late.
we're not talking about the previews.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
we over that.
I bet so.
what do y'all even watch it on? We can end it there. What do you
HBO
watch
Max.
it on?
Apple
What?
TV.
Oh, Apple TV. Okay. So Apple TV just does things differently. That's all. If you're the one if your shit does it differently, then you're the outlier.
I find that it's more likely that all y'all niggas wrong and we right.
Yeah.
But a PS5 and the Roku do it wrong.
Or
Yeah.
if you just watch the shit live, you don't have to worry about it. But we're not talking about this fucking app, bro. Like, why are we still talking about this shit?
Anyway,
I'm gonna say that every
let's
time
just
y'all
move
bring the
on.
app up.
Not being in love and
Oh,
not
God.
being together.
Any
But
other
yeah.
thoughts on the episode?
I honestly just wanted to call out that Nathaniel situation. That shit was funny as fuck to me because I said I know Nate about to
Bullshit.
be hot.
Yeah, bro, some bullshit, bro.
That shit
Some
had me
bullshit.
weak. Bro.
It's really clear that, like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nah, I was just going back to what my brother was saying. Like those little freaking loops that they were throwing in, which they actually talk about in the previews. Anyway, dang, I forgot her actual name, but the one who plays Kelly was the primary writer for those, and it really shows her comedic like.
So what you're
twist on
talking
it.
about isn't the preview. You're talking about inside the episode now.
Oh,
They
So what
do
are we
that,
Lord.
and they
about,
also
my
do a
guy?
preview.
We're talking about the episode. What are you talking about?
Yeah, look, just let them be slow. Just let them be slow. It's
The
okay.
Not
tagline for
about
this
being
episode
slow.
should be like, niggas always talking about previews. Like,
Yeah, for real. Like we talking about the actual episode. You want to talk
Talking
about
about
the
the
episode?
I mean, okay,
You
but
want to
I
talk
hear me
said
about
out.
the
that.
next
No,
episode
babe,
inside
just
the
stop.
episode.
Hear me out. Hear me out. We could compare this talking about watching and talking about the previews is comparable to like say watching a Marvel movie and actually watching the end credits and talking about that. That's not really technically part of the movie,
No,
but
that
it's
is you're completely false. You're false.
debatable.
What you want to compare it
Debatable.
to is watching a trailer
Debatable.
for the next movie because
Debatable.
this ain't that movie. What are we talking about? This ain't that.
So what you telling me is
Oh my
at
god.
the at
Oh my
the
god.
hold
at
on,
the
This ain't
end of
then.
that.
Infinity War, when motherfucking Samuel Jackson, aka Nick Fury, when he dropped the motherfucking thing and it had the Captain Marvel, that was not a preview for Captain Marvel.
Boom. Thank you.
That was the end
Case
scene,
closed.
and that
That's
can be
it.
talked about.
That introduced the idea of Captain Marvel, and then what we get next, Captain Marvel. What you telling me?
Yeah, but
What you telling me, cuz?
when we leave Endgame, we're not talking about Captain Marvel because we don't know about it. When we watch the fucking trailer
Yes,
for it,
we
it's
are.
when we're talking about it.
Nuke probably sleep.
Okay.
Nah, I'm awake.
No, just fucking with you.
I'm just tired of this preview conversation.
Anyway, I wasn't
We're
even
just-
getting at the
we're just-
preview
we're
thing.
just-
Inside the episode.
Like-
Yes, when they were talking about Kelly being damn. I don't even want. That's who we know her as, Kelly. Goddamn it. She was a primary writer for this episode, and she like it really showed because. I wouldn't say that the other episodes aren't funny, but like it's a different type of comedy. Like that shit threw me. Like I would have never expected Issa to fucking do a jump shot
Fuck
with
the
this
baby. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what the
That shit
hell?
was hilarious.
Like,
And it was extra
oh my
funny
God.
because Hot Take Dev talking about last episode. Now that we're actually in the episode, I was thinking shit was gonna get real. I was like, oh man, this is what Dev was talking about. That she goes back and confronts them with the baby. And next thing you know, she throwing that shit in the laundry basket. I'm like, oh shit. She said, fuck your kids.
But I did know that it was fake when fucking Coco Melon fucking confronted her at that little shop.
Coco Melon. Well,
Why
yeah, that
she
one.
had to be
That one was a little bit more obvious. The first
Yeah,
time
she
though,
has, like,
in the
this
hospital,
sinister look
there
to
was
her.
no signs of it being
That man
fake.
said a sinister look.
He does. Like when she was doing that, like I was like, damn, she could definitely be on fucking Us. Like
Yeah.
for real. That she might be the twin. She might be the whatever the underground people
tether?
was called.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
the tether. She might be.
What y'all think about Molly and old nerdy dude, as Devin would say?
Didn't he
I
say he
mean,
was married
I
or
think-
no?
I don't think he's married.
I don't think he's married either.
I know that I thought that I mean, obviously they led us to believe that they slept together because of the whole watch being left in the room thing.
Yeah, but
I
he
thought
said
was
said
covering
no.
at breakfast. And then he was going, I thought it was gonna come out later, like, oh yeah, we did. I was just trying to help you save face or something like that.
Even after you saw the video, you thought?
Well,
Thought
when they started like opening up to each other, I was like, oh, maybe they did. You know what I'm saying? Because like he seemed like a little like looser with her than he has in the past.
I thought they did a good job of like building in why though. Cause
Yeah,
like
for sure.
that seemed like a realistic situation. They bailed each other. He bailed her out, and then she opened up, and then he opened up. Yeah, I've always just thought he just portrayed himself as a tryhard.
I mean, yeah, he's they both are though.
Yeah,
I think it'll be interesting to see if they end up working out, because like obviously Molly's had her share of flings and relationships that haven't worked, and so it could kind of be like one of those like, oh, like the right guy was there like the whole time and like she just didn't know about it. So I feel like they're setting it up for like a relatively happy ending.
yeah.
The one thing that I mean, there's actually a couple things about the situation that stood out for me. One of them was the whole fact that like, they were, and I don't know, like I guess people just really have this trouble with like separating their personal life from work, and like being able to, like, it's like if I got shit going on in my personal life, like I'm gonna go like tend to the shit going on in my life. Like I'm not concerned with work. And maybe that's just my attitude about it, but you could tell that, they were both really focused on, like pushing through the shit that was going on and like making sure they were meeting all their deadlines, shit like that. And like, obviously they're black, so like shit like that is that much worse for black people, especially in like corporate America. But like ultimately, I just wish that like more people would be comfortable with, like, you don't necessarily have to like open up to people in a certain regard, but like if there's something going on that you need to tend to in your personal life, like that should always come before work or your profession. And like that's always the mindset I've had, but I know that that's not like the generally like accepted mindset for people,
Specifically in America.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, bro, like that really stood out to me. And then the other thing is like, like, I mean, this is a little different, and I've kind of gone through this, but when they had like the videos of like Molly like super drunk and like twerking and like all this other shit. Like that shit was funny, and she was like hella embarrassed. And like I've definitely had those moments before where like I
You was
got like
twerking and somebody left their watch in your bed.
yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but like I got like shit faced at like I guess like a work function, and like I guess kind of like the embarrassment that comes from that. But like, bro, we all human, bro. Like, I mean, obviously you got to learn how to like control your liquor and shit like that. But I thought that shit was.
I mean, I feel like that's understandable, but I just don't understand. I don't know the urge that everybody has to just like take their phones out. You know,
I mean,
it's
that's
like
natural.
it's to me, it's one of those things. Like, of course, our friends and stuff do it, and we like make it so it's normal. But at the same time, I just find it. I don't like shit like that because some people have bad boundaries to where it's like, okay, you record an embarrassing video of me, that's fine, we're friends, whatever. But some people don't know how to keep it at that, and next thing you know, one day you're tagged in a Facebook post, with the video, and it's just like, what made you think that this was fine for public consumption? So I'm like, the whole recording is just like, I get it, you recorded it, whatever, but like, where do we go from here? Delete that shit.
Yeah, and some people
that's
do that shit
blackmail.
maliciously.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in a work environment. I was in a situation where I threw up one time at it wasn't even like it was like after everything had died down. I went back and like ended up throwing up, and a coworker saw that. But that's about there was no public shame in it, so I don't know, maybe people knew I was feeling it in public, but like I never threw up in public, so it was only the one person that I had to be like, "Oh, sorry, bro," in the morning type shit. But
I mean, it's just it's just one of those things to me where it's like we've all been there,
Mm-hmm.
So like, as adults, knowing that we've all been there, what are we doing? Just move past it, go about your day, and wake up tomorrow.
you're saying they were wrong to record it?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily record it, but I guess some people would. But like the added extra embarrassment and shame of being drunk on your ass and recorded, and now it's being showed to you at breakfast.
Now, I don't even know if it was like pulled up from the gallery, pulled up from my app or whatever, or if it was like let me show you what was on this IG story, because that's usually because people like to turn up and put shit on their IG story and then see it the next day, type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you were talking about like Facebook, so like I can see that situation, not even being like posting to embarrass, but like you're posting yourself having a good time. Meanwhile, Molly's fucking lit in the background. Twerking, talking about Molly time.
Be your own people.
What y'all think about that scene with Issa Rod and Nate trying to get him to say I love you?
Bro, that was so awkward to me. Like,
it was.
And
like,
we didn't address that last week when she said it. We didn't say anything about that. I thought about
You said it when they found the dog, right?
Yeah, so it was something had happened, and she was like, "And that's why I love you," and we didn't even talk about it because I was looking at
like, I don't feel like saying
like,
that is saying I love you.
Yeah, it's almost not the same.
That's not like, people say I love you all the time in different situations. What's weird is like her awkwardly trying to get him to say it.
Yeah,
it's like, girl, if you get your nut off and go. Like, it was just painful to watch.
Like, you love this pussy, what else you love?
It was like we've gone back to super awkward Issa.
I mean, she never left, did she?
I mean, I feel like the last episode she wasn't as awkward as usual.
No, she has her moments, but I'm just saying, like, that is Issa at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You can't
it's on brand.
You can't have Issa without a little bit of awkwardness. Or wouldn't be
Honestly,
like,
I would have told if I was Nate, I would have told her or Nathan.
Mm-hmm. What?
Nathan, don't kill me. I would have told her just get off me. We're done here.
no, you wouldn't. Nah,
Like-
you wouldn't have. I guess that's speaking from a female's perspective.
No, because I mean, he seemed like he was catching the awkwardness. It was just like, dang.
That's when you got to hit her with the gummy worm.
Bruh.
She'll learn now.
But will she?
She might. Oh well, actually, if you know what I'm saying, you add attention and then you know transition to gummy worm as she start asking you a million questions. She might
Asking
learn.
all them questions, making statements, assuming.
Okay, all right, it's time to go.
Where? Who? Nah,
I've definitely
but
done that before. I'm like, yo,
speaking on that
get out of here.
relationship a little bit more, how it ended for the episode's sake with them getting in that little argument. But Nathan had some really
Nigga.
great shut the fuck up. He had some really great points. Like she is kind of inconsistent.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, she is, but like, or was. I think it's a more.
But does he
was.
really
Like,
mean that when he say it, or is he just like
Or you
one of
think he
those
was just
things where
pissed?
like, nah, yeah, men just do that to cop out or get out of the conversation?
exactly, bro. Because like, to me, she made it pretty fucking clear. Like, bro, like, all right, I don't want to be your friend no more. Like, that's as fucking clear as you can get, bro. Like, you're not sitting here being wishy washy. You done told this nigga like what the fuck you want. Y'all
Well,
have
that's the great
expressed this
thing
to
I
one
feel like
another.
about this show is like you can see it from both sides. It's fair to have that conversation, but I'm literally telling you about my shitty day at the barbershop and you tripping over some shit. Like, what are you talking about right now? It's like there's a time and a place. You tripping over this I love you shit. What are we talking about right now?
I mean, wow. Damn, I'm about to lose the Squid Game, bro.
Almost bailed. You took so long.
Squid Game. What you talking
What? What are we
I'm
talking
playing the
about?
Squid Game on Fortnite, bro. I'm losing.
about? Anything else about this episode? Because I know Dev is waiting to get to next episode.
I'm dead.
I watched it and I wiped it from my mind. I don't got nothing to talk about as far as the previews. I don't even remember what happened.
I wiped it from my mind.
We don't even have to worry
happened.
about that.
Never even happened.
I don't
Lawrence
recall.
Hive. Lawrence Hive.
I saw your face and wow.
Clearly,
That's
Issa and Nathan gonna break up, but do y'all think like?
I don't know
she-
that's a clearly.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think they will.
Why you think it's clear? Because of that awkward conversation?
I just it feels like it I don't know. I guess to me it just feels like it's not really something that they're really gonna like work out. Like he like because he clearly doesn't even want to stay in LA. Like and then she's gonna feel some type of way about that shit. Like not to make light of his like mental health issues, but I kind of feel like that's gonna play a part in it as well. And like, you know, like
Damn, people with
And-
mental health issues can't have long distance relationships.
no, nigga, they can't.
Dog.
But like, but like even thinking about the fact that like if you kind of think about how you know shit might kind of turn for like Molly, like most of the other seasons have really focused around Issa, obviously, and like her relationship and shit, and like maybe like they're just setting it up to end off where like she's just okay with where she's at in life, but she's you know like she's single, she's just focusing on herself. And maybe they don't, but like I don't know, it doesn't seem like they're gonna work out.
I mean, to me, it seems like they're probably not going to work out more so because it's like, you know, those people who can't be, I don't know. It's like, it seems like Issa is always looking for something. And so what she was looking for, I guess she found it in Nathan. It's like, however, I don't know, so to speak, she found it in Nathan. And like Nathan just accepted because he didn't want to be alone too, but not necessarily like he would actually pursue it. Like if she hadn't have brought it
Yeah.
up. So it's like two people being together just because they don't want to navigate the world and their issues alone isn't necessarily a good reason to be together.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that goes to like a deeper conversation in that, like, do you believe in soulmates, or do you believe that like nobody walking this earth is perfect? So there'll be certain things that you kind of have to, like, I know people, it's a big hot topic of like a don't settle type shit, but like, are you settling, or are you like being able to mature and compromise? Like, I feel like there are certain things you shouldn't compromise on, but me personally, I don't necessarily believe like in soulmates.
I mean, I feel like soulmates that's a deeper conversation because it's like you can have soulmates in your friends and your companion or whatever. So it's not necessarily about just being in a relationship with your soulmate, I guess. That's nice, that's cool, but some of us aren't necessarily going to be fortunate enough to find a significant other in our soulmate.
And then
But
when you do, y'all might argue about the previews.
hey, you might. I mean, so even if you have a soulmate, I don't feel like that's meant to be a perfect relationship because
Isn't that the definition of soulmate?
I mean, you're meant.
No.
It's
No.
soulmates are like kind of meant for each other. They mesh together and all that stuff. But at the same time, we're all still human, so we're still gonna make mistakes. We're gonna do stupid human shit, and we're not gonna necessarily always see eye to eye. Just because you're a soulmate, I don't think that means that you all have to have the same exact mindset.
Yeah,
It's
like you said, maybe that's a conversation we revisit, but I thought a soulmate was like there's one person, there's someone out there for everyone type shit, and like there's that perfect, whatever you have as your perfect ideal in your head, that person is your soulmate potentially.
Nah. I don't agree with that. I would argue I would argue that the first half of that makes sense. Like everyone more than likely does have a soulmate, but I don't think that person is who you like envision them being. Like, oh, like they're gonna do this and they're gonna be this way and they're gonna have this and blah blah blah. Like that's an image that you're like creating of someone, but like you like your soulmate probably doesn't fit directly into that mold, like in my opinion.
I guess that's what I meant. I added on the extra part, like I rambled a little bit too long with it. I don't think that they have that list in your head, but that soulmate is that person that you find and it's like a match that you didn't even know you needed, I guess, type.
Right.
Yeah, but
I feel like soulmates are like yin and yang. Like, yeah, it's gonna be like a harmony, like what is that? Harmonious? Is that the word? Type of relationship, but I mean, you may just be that person that balances you out.
Where you at,
No.
Newt?
I don't
Let me
believe in
find out you.
soulmates.
oh my gosh, did you sleep over there?
Nah, I'm not asleep. I don't really have a bone in this fight. I don't really believe in like,
A
soulmates
bone
and
in this
stuff.
fight.
I
What kind
just
of fight is
like,
that?
or
I
a
never heard
dog
of
in
this.
this fight. I'm
There
just
we
Dog
go.
in the
talking
race?
one time. Dog in this fight.
Nah, Daniel, we didn't call you out when you sang the lyrics wrong. What the fuck you gonna call my boy out?
No, I sang the lyrics wrong. Y'all definitely did.
We didn't. You called yourself out, and I said, "Oh yeah, I was going to," but you called yourself out first. I gave you the courtesy.
We hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying?
But nah, I don't really believe in like soulmates and stuff. I just think, you love somebody, you love somebody. And I think soulmates, I mean, if there is like a soulmate thing, I don't think it's always like romantically. You know, you can have a soulmate companion wise that's like a best friend that's like that just gets you. I
I
don't
guess
think it always has to be like romantically.
I've never heard of it a soulmate being non-romantic, but I'm not. I'm like you in that I don't necessarily believe in it from a romantic standpoint, but I've never really put thought into a non-romantic soulmate, so it sounds more plausible.
Romance.
But that's all I got for this episode. And jumping into the preview, because I did have to watch it separately, but I watched it nonetheless. Since,
Nigga, if you don't,
it just looks like we're gonna get another version of Girls Trip. So I'm here for it.
we need to have a boozy trip.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
Discussions.
Back to Mundo.
Without kids.
Oh, that
No.
that was never part of the equation.
Oh damn. Yeah.
You talk about damn, but you gonna bring your kids?
My kid.
Well, good luck finding someone to watch them, because it ain't gonna be me.
Duh.
I need a break.
I would hope not.
Nah, I can see y'all on some shit. Oh, we
You need
need to
a
go
break.
out.
Man, I got 3.
Like, who's supposed to watch the kids? Oh, well, we thought you'd watch them. Oh, fuck y'all. Nope. Not
That would
happening.
be so fucked up.
That's what grandmas are for.
Hey,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't know
Can we
who's
show some love to the grandpas. Like,
Yeah, I'm about to say we all gonna be grandpas one day, hopefully, and
I ain't watching no
want some
kid.
recognition.
Watching no kid.
No, I'm not saying that you will.
nah, that's actually funny. That's kind of how my dad is. Like, he's like, yeah, like he don't want to watch Junior until like he's like, if he can't like, if he's not like potty trained, like I don't want to like watch him. I'm like, damn, like
I'm weak. You know
he's
what?
He's like, I wiped my last diaper a long ass time ago. Like I ain't doing that shit no more. Like
I don't blame him.
I'm dead.
I don't blame him. Once I'm done, don't bring your kids by here. Can't bring them here.
I'm gonna be like, all right, bet. Don't expect me to wipe your ass when you need
I
to
know.
be
On your depends.
right. Be like, you got it. You definitely got it. Real quiet.
Awkward Negro silence.
Yeah. I think we all trying to find a way to segue into another topic. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because I don't want the sad stuff to be all like throughout the pod. So rest in peace to Virgil Abloh.
Man,
What was the cause?
cancer.
Damn.
And with that being said, I walk back my entire statement from last week where I said I want my parents to let me know when they dying, and you know, I just looking back at this whole, there was like a whole debate on like, do you need to let people know, or do you need to what's going on with you, or people were basically like, oh, I wish I would have knew, I wasn't prepared to lose Virgil, I wasn't, but I feel like that's pretty selfish. And maybe it's selfish for the person to not let you know, but I mean, it's their life. They should want to, they should have say in how they want to be remembered. They probably don't want to be remembered as, he's been struggling with cancer. And then at that, he probably, people that were close to him, they probably knew. Because then people started pulling up pictures of him and Chadwick Boseman together. And, Chadwick Boseman found the same thing. We didn't know he had cancer till he fucking died.
That's exactly what
And
I
so,
was thinking.
Man, but I think the difference is Chadwick like looked sick, bro. Like you could tell something was wrong with him. It just wasn't public knowledge. And like I never really followed Virgil like that to, be seeing him at all the fashion shows. And I don't really think he was really in the media like that anyway. But I knew something was wrong with Chadwick Boseman. I just didn't know what it was.
A lot of people thought it
Yeah.
was for a role. But the thing is, like, I feel like if you tell people like outward publicly, like sometimes people say that for like support, but sometimes
Yeah.
people say that like you're admitting defeat almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I think like with cancer, man, like it's just a lot of black men are dying from cancer. Like when I was when I graduated college, someone I went to high school with died of cancer. And he was like 24 years old.
Damn.
Died of lung cancer. And it's crazy like how young cancer's been taking black men. So like the person that I knew, he was black, and he had out of nowhere stage 4 lung cancer. Never smoked,
I'm
never.
about to say, did he smoke?
He had a twin brother. They both did the same things, like they both played sports. They hung out the same places in high school. They both did the same things, and then they both joined the army together. And then, he gets to his duty station. When he goes to his duty station, and all of a sudden he got stage 4 lung cancer. And, from finding that out, he passed like a couple months later. It's crazy. And then so I don't know how long Chadwick Boseman had colon cancer, but Virgil, it's from what I understand, Virgil had a tumor on his heart or something like that. And they found out about it in 2019. And then you always see these things about people, they're like 5-year survivors, 3-year survivors, and these are also older people, like women and like just people of different races. But when it's like black men, it's like they just, I don't know, it's kind of scary.
Well,
And I don't know if there's like a screening, I know there's a like colon cancer screening, but I don't know, is there like a heart cancer screening? Is there like a lung cancer screening that you can just go do,
the problem I think with just addressing healthcare in general with black men is that, just speaking from like observations, like I mean my grandpa, even black men, a lot of black men have a harder time doing their checkups. Like, I mean, some obviously go to the doctors and stuff, but the likelihood of coming across a black man who hasn't gone to the doctor to have their checkups or anything in the past 2 to 3 years is very high. So that poses some problems in itself. And then sometimes, I mean, cancer can sneak up on people. So some people don't necessarily notice an issue until it's too late. But most of the time, especially with our healthcare system, stuff like that, they're not going to screen for it unless you specifically ask. But depending on the type of cancer, who knows to ask? Like I have cousins. I have a cousin and an uncle, a great uncle who passed from colon cancer. One at 30, I think 31, and the other at 40 something. And so it's like I know to actually ask for that screening. But at the same time, even asking for those screenings, sometimes it's like they run you through the ringer and ask you all these questions. It's just like, look, do the workup,
Also, 31. Who the hell feels they need to go get screened for cancer at fucking 30? Like it's crazy.
It's usually only done when you have like history of it in your family, but I feel like in our communities, a lot of the times those conversations aren't even had.
Yeah, a lot of times those conversations aren't had. People don't necessarily make the correlations, or so. I mean, you have the unfortunate situations where, hey, your grandpa might have passed from colon cancer and you had no idea and he didn't know, you know? So
Yeah.
sometimes the family history isn't necessarily there. And especially as Black people, the healthcare system has not been on our side for it's still not on our side. But like it hasn't really been there for us. We're still, we're generations deep in the bullshit. So the healthcare that we might have access to right now, we know our grandparents did not necessarily have access to. So whatever they died from, we think it was old age or natural causes, but was it really cancer? It could have been anything, that they had no idea that they had.
That makes sense.
But as far as I know people are shocked and hit hard by deaths and stuff like that, but I just feel just speaking from experience, not necessarily from as far as sickness or anything, but like when you have sensitive information, it's one of those things where like you can tell somebody, you let your family know, let your friends know, let the public know. And on top of trying to deal with your own personal emotions, now I have to be the emotional support for everybody else. So it's like I'm dying from cancer and I'm a wreck. I have to
It's
worry
just
about
an added level.
yeah, it's like I have to support myself and be here for myself. But then I also have to sit here and walk everybody else through their emotions. And some people are not equipped to do that.
Not even about being equipped, because when you have a situation like that, I don't know from experience, but from common sense, it's a draining situation. So just adding that, even if you are mentally tough enough to tell the world, like, why would you add more stress to yourself? I don't know. Either way, RIP.
For sure. Shit suck, bro. Fuck cancer.
Any other sad news that needs to be addressed?
Right. Like, damn, can we end on a positive note? Can't we all just get along?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Damn, I'm looking at the list of topics and they're all bad.
They are all bad, bro.
The only good one is, or excuse me, the only like positive one is the greatest Christmas song of all time. But all these other ones are.
Let's get to it.
I mean, so it's
yeah,
funny.
you said you was gonna get your shit off on this one, right?
Yeah, so it's funny that you posted your list. I saw the list you posted on Instagram. If I had to pick the 3 best Christmas songs of all time, it would be those 3. But the absolute number 1 best Christmas song is Donny Hathaway's This Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Like, bro, like I've been listening to that song since I was probably since I was, not even old enough to actually like remember shit. But like that's like for me the one song that puts me in the Christmas spirit. Like I can play
Never
that shit
fails.
over fucking over when that shit comes on the radio, when the shit comes on in the mall or some shit like that. Like no one can top that song.
I'm gonna tell you one cover of that song that does it justice. A lot of people gonna hate. Chris Brown, he has
Chris
a really
Brown.
good
You knew
version of
that's
that
what you were
song.
I
gonna
knew he was
say.
gonna
From
say
that
it.
movie.
You
Yeah.
knew
I
that's
knew
what
he
you
was
were
gonna
gonna
say it.
say.
Chris Brown has a very good This Christmas, man. He has a very good one.
It is. It's great.
I can agree. I actually just saw that movie came on the other day. We watched it. But yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. It's not like a 1B. It's definitely a 2. But like,
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Not
it's
to
a
get it
very good
confused or
cover.
fucked up. It's
And
definitely
you know
inferior.
who also has a very good Christmas album?
Mariah
CeeLo.
Carey. Oh.
See,
Who?
interesting.
What? Why we even
This nigga came
like?
from
Were
like
we
the
even thinking
leftist
about?
of left
That's
field.
what I'm
All
saying.
my life.
I wasn't even
Looking
expecting
at.
that.
Nah, CeeLo has a very good Christmas album, bro.
Oh,
I mean, I could
CeeLo. I
see it
thought you
though.
said
I thought he
Seal.
said seal. I was about to say what?
Nah, bro. Nah.
Okay, CeeLo.
Like Christmas
CeeLo,
is
like CeeLo Green.
crazy.
I'm dead,
Oh,
Christmas is
bro. Nah,
crazy.
I'm dead.
this is my motherfucking gift. My gift. Oh yeah.
I gotta listen to that. That's one of the last people that I'd think like, oh, let me go listen to their Christmas album.
Bro, CeeLo has a very good Christmas album.
I see you driving round town with the sleigh I bought, and I'm like,
Y'all know CeeLo was like
Rudolph.
a rapper back in the day. He was in Goody Mob. Like y'all be playing CeeLo like he ain't the one.
CeeLo OG. I just
He just
like I
always
said,
looked like
bro. Like I
a
wouldn't.
creepy Teletubby to me.
He do be
yeah,
looking weird, bro.
yeah, he an
I'm dead.
alien. He a real life alien.
Yeah, he be wearing dresses and shit.
That man
Bro,
Willow should have had
this
him
What
in
you
the
what
Men
you
Spider-Man,
in
got
Black
against men that
franchise.
wear dresses?
huh?
Nothing.
Here
We
we
talking
go.
about
Nah,
Christmas songs. We ain't talking about dresses.
All right, so I got a this or that, and we're gonna have to post this on IG so the audience can play along. But the better holiday, Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Christmas.
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 Damn, not even a conversation.
Not
Thanksgiving is like
Yeah.
the
really.
pre.
Oh, you know what?
Thanksgiving is the
Let's
pregame, but Christmas is like the big, you know, the big shit. Like you can't deny Christmas at all.
yeah. Thanksgiving got racist undertones. And speaking of racist undertones, it was it was brought up. It's brought up every year, but the what is it? The the Peanuts video,
Mm-hmm.
where they show like the Thanksgiving table, and Franklin is like not he's like sitting on the opposite side of everybody else. If you guys aren't don't know what we're talking about, Peanuts is like Charlie Brown. And so I don't know. I think it's called Happy Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown. Maybe I'm not sure. But the
Sounds
Peanut
about right.
special, the Thanksgiving special, they always show like the Thanksgiving dinner, and it's everybody sitting on one side, and then it's Franklin, the black character, sitting on the other side by himself,
In a
and
fucking lawn chair.
in a lawn chair, and like goddamn Snoopy got a better fucking chair than him. The
Shit
damn
dirty.
dog.
I didn't even look at the chair.
Bruh. That shit dirty as fuck, bro. Everybody in like a regular ass chair, and they got this nigga in a fucking fold out chair, bro. Like that shit is dirty as fuck.
Are we surprised? When was the Peanuts created?
I'm gonna
It's
say that
progressive
shit's
to
so
even
old.
have a
I
black
don't even
And
know
character.
why
so
it's a
a lot
conversation every single year at this point.
well, a
Like,
lot of people are trying to say that what they were trying to do was like a commentary on the time. Like, it's not they were I seen a lot of like damage control, and you will never know, but it's
oh, like a satire instead of it being like
yeah,
them
that's
actually being racist.
exactly like
Oh,
they
they
were
were
saying
just
Get
like,
that.
pretending to be racist.
well,
What?
I'm dead. No, like so like Charles Schultz, the writer of like, and I guess the animator of like Peanuts videos and the comics, well, originally, but I guess like it was supposed to be a commentary on the time, but through time, that stuff gets like lost in translation. But I mean, I try to be subjective about things like that. I try to be like, maybe it's not racist, maybe, but I don't
No,
know.
no,
Like
that boy racist as hell.
sometimes when like when you're not good with like how you I don't know, like
Convey your
try to
message.
convey your message, get your point across. It's just
Too much interpretation.
yeah, like
So
then
in your research in defense of it, in terms of the satire, break that down. Like break down the hidden message there.
so what I would
Frank
say
just got it
is
harder, so he can't have a regular chair. Like what? I don't get it.
no. So basically, what there is just like, why is that a thing? It's basically, but this is meant for kids, like kids aren't gonna notice that. Kids aren't gonna watch it. But I guess what they're trying to say is like, um, I don't know. See, I feel like that's why I feel like it's not a commentary because you can't get the actual message. You just, like it's not a very good, like, I guess, commentary if it is supposed to be.
Yeah, I feel like
So,
if it was meant to be
for
actual
example,
satire,
for example, one of the greatest forms of satire is in the Boondocks, Uncle Ruckus. Like Uncle Ruckus is a great form of satire where he's like the extreme. It's like one
The
of the good things
ultimate
about
coon.
it's like the ultimate. It's like it's so far from the truth, but it's like this can actually happen though, because you got like Uncle Ruckus, but then you think, nah, that will never happen in real life, and then you got people like Jason Whitlock, um, who is like a conservative. He's black, but he's like a sports analyst, but he's like super conservative and always talking down on like black athletes and stuff like that.
That man said I got revitiligo, the opposite of what Michael Jackson had.
Yeah, like like he's like a great, like Uncle Ruckus is like a great form of satire. He's satire. And Tom from the Boondocks is a great form of satire. His name is Tom. He's like a Uncle Tom kind of person. Like he's just. And then every character on the Boondocks is like a great form of satire. He's like Granddad. He's like the old black man. He's like racist. But he justifies his racism with the experiences that he had in his. It's very, like, you can tell what everyone's like satirical character is. Where like, maybe I'm just not that versed in Peanuts videos where I know each person's like satirical whatever, but like, nah, I'm not buying the like whole like, oh, Peanuts videos, like, nah, this was a commentary. You know, I'm just not I'm not subscribing to that.
I just dropped a thread in the Discord for y'all to check out later. Them niggas racist, bro.
Dog. just that it is what it is.
yeah, I'm about to say I feel like they've pulled receipts on multiple like episodes or whatever. So I feel like it goes past this Thanksgiving when, I mean, if it was true satire, we'd be able to identify that it was satire really quick. And if that's people aren't catching it, I don't feel like either you really did either a piss poor job or damn well that was not satire.
See, I think, um, I think that I don't know. Like, obviously, this is shit that we wouldn't have like caught as children, and like now that we're adults, we see this shit, we re-engage with it, and then we, obviously form opinions that may be, slightly not that
Bias.
might not be fully developed or biased. Yeah, absolutely. But like, I also think that like some of that shit's still happening like today. So for instance, I don't know if any of y'all's kids watch Coco Melon, but like
Hmm.
that shit's like crack for kids, right? And there's only, first of all, there's only one fucking black character on Coco Melon, just like there is on the Peanuts and a bunch of other shows. And I don't
I'm
have
about to
a
say.
ton of fucking examples, but like there's one episode where they're talking about like cleaning up, but nobody's fucking cleaning up except the black kid. Like, and it's just like I feel like that's the kind of shit that like the writers and the producers, whoever the fuck you want to call them, like all the people that made the show should have been more like like
Cognizant.
cognizant of like you're perpetuating a stereotype of like there were a lot of black people previously and even still now that are in maybe more like service-based industries or people that
It's like, oh, like them niggas are just the help and like shit like that, as opposed to like portraying us in a manner where we, maybe he's the one that's like instructing people to clean up, or maybe he's the one that's like, oh, like he just did some science project or something like that. But why the fuck on the episode where y'all cleaning up shit, ain't nobody else cleaning up, but you got the one black kid cleaning up? Like,
It's
I
like,
feel like
what you call it? Goddamn.
Otis
All those caricatures, like Tom and Jerry. Sometimes like the owner is that black woman,
mm-hmm.
and she kind of like I don't know, like a Aunt Jemima ass black woman. She'd be like Thomas, and she'd be beating him with the broom and all that crazy shit.
Yeah, bro. I will say, I always appreciate your open mindedness when we discuss certain topics. All I'm gonna say is like, them niggas racist. Them niggas always been racist. And
walk like a duck, talk like a duck.
It's a fucking
goddamn
duck.
mongoose.
Nigger.
Hey yo.
hey,
Damn,
yo,
I thought Daniel fell asleep. That man woke up for that nigga.
yo, has anyone seen
I'm
the
pretty sure he was asleep for a good 5 minutes over there at least.
yikes?
That's a
Has
fact.
anyone seen the TikTok of the dudes that are in New York and they're like, it's like, fuck your life. And he's like, yo, you see these dogs? I'm upstairs going hard. Bro, that shit is so fucking funny.
Hold on, what?
Nah,
I send it to you.
I ain't
seen it.
on TikTok.
Bro, it's so funny. It's
I'm here
basically
with you,
these
man.
dudes that just be on the street in New York and they be like interviewing people. And there's this one video where they take a bunch of clips and put it together. This shit's so fucking funny. They keep interviewing this old ass white dude and he's like, who's the president of the United States? He's like, Byron. He's like, who? Byron. He's like, what you want to tell Joe Byron right now? He's like, hey, yo. He's like, hey, man, take me out to dinner. And the guy takes the mic back and
He was like,
yo.
hey, yo. Yeah, I did see that.
What the fuck are y'all on, bro?
I did see that.
I don't know what got us to this topic. But
Matter of fact, I think Daniel sent me that in a group chat.
Yeah,
what do you want to tell Joe Byron right now? He's like, hey, man, take me out to dinner. He's like, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Ooh, that shit's hilarious. I'm going to find it.
Hey.
I'll send it to y'all.
Yo, this Spider-Man gameplay gonna be so trash.
Yikes. No.
Bruh, I'm playing on the hardest level, bruh. These niggas is whooping my ass.
I mean, it happens.
And I'm playing New Game Plus. And it's on the hardest level, bruh. These niggas is like, they saucing me.
Damn. I gotta figure out how to start recording gameplay or some shit.
It's some good bits though.
Hopefully, fucking next week we actually play something instead of just sitting here talking. I mean,
goddamn,
always love talking
new
with y'all,
season,
but,
so I'm gonna be on.
Oh,
Destiny.
true.
Oh yeah, we could play Fortnite new season, Destiny. We could play Final Fantasy. I was looking at that Final Fantasy, bro. That shit kind
Final
of.
Fantasy is an RPG.
Is it Final Fantasy 15 or is it 14?
14. 15
Okay.
is so out of the Final Fantasies, so like all the Final Fantasies are like regular stories except for 11. 11 was an MMO and 14 is an MMO.
Okay. And so it requires online play, but we can like all play together.
So yeah, like it'll so 14 would be like a more it'd be like I guess a sophisticated but more user friendly what do you call that shit? World of Warcraft. Like it'll be like we can party up and play against each other. There's a PvP in Final Fantasy 14, but people don't really play it for the PvP. It's like, nah, bro. You play it for the co-op. I don't even. Do you call MMO stuff co-op? I don't know.
Nah, not really. I guess it's just an MMO. Final Fantasy 14 been out for a while though, right? So like the game itself should be cheap.
The game, yeah, it's all the expansions that you pay for, and then it's like a monthly subscription if you keep playing, but it's a free trial.
Oh, that's right. You did say that.
I know who won't be playing no games anytime soon. LeBron James.
Dog.
What the hell happened to LeBron?
That's what I want to know, bruh. I
He
just know
caught
that
COVID.
He got that Rona.
supposedly,
Koviana.
supposedly.
You know the NBA be riding this nigga nuts though, so like they ain't never gonna say he got COVID, but he about to be out for 10 days, and he might be out longer because he has COVID.
Have they said any players have caught COVID though in the NBA? I know in the NFL they have.
See, that's what I was saying earlier. In the NBA, I don't know that they explicitly say that any players get COVID. They just say so and so has entered health and safety protocols. And then what ends up happening is that like it might leak a little bit later on that they actually did have COVID, but the like official response is like, oh, they're just under health and safety protocols. So I think he probably does have COVID. It's possible that he doesn't, but like I don't know. He would still have to have had contact tracing by he would have had to have exposure to someone with COVID for them to put him in protocols. Like so he either was in really close contact with someone that has COVID or he has it. And I'm leaning towards the fact that he probably has it. Or excuse me, I'm leaning towards the thought that he probably has it.
Well, the post I saw said that he tested positive for COVID even though he was vaccinated. So,
which is possible.
Yeah, well, and that's why when I saw the post, I was like, well, why are we even throwing the even though he's vaccinated point in there? Because we know for, like, we've been getting vaccinations.
For the non-vaxxers is why. Trying to play both sides of the field.
I guess. I'm tired. I'm getting tired of them folks, okay? But do what you want. But these fucking fairy tale fucking CMOS vibes people are on.
Oh, they did mention Dr. Sebi in the episode too.
Tired of this shit.
Yeah, that was funny.
I'm just trying to stay away from the Omicron variant, so you know.
Goddamn Megatron, goddamn Autobot looking at Omicron, Omega Sci-Fi looking at.
Get that shit out of here!
Wow.
Get that shit out of here! We're talking about the Omicron variant, not the Omicron. The doom touch.
Don't touch. Don't touch. Keep your mask on.
You should get vaccinated like you supposed to be.
For real.
Right.
Weak.
That shit wild though, bro. I hope shit don't start shutting down again. I mean, at the end of the day, like the US, I think all the other countries outside of the US are smart, and we shut down last year. We ain't never gonna do that shit again. It don't matter how fucking bad
There's
it gets.
too much from a capitalism standpoint.
Yeah, it don't matter how fucking bad it gets, bro.
It's over with.
I was saying that today. Like, the one thing I do wish miss about that shit is people actually giving people personal space. Like, this dude was breathing down my neck today. I was about to punch him in his shit. Like, what you up on me for? Like, what are you doing? Like, stand 6 feet back. I need that back.
I mean, COVID.
Bad.
It's it impacted the world heavily, but here we didn't. I feel like we didn't take the shutdown as seriously as we should have, in the sense of like other countries, like shit was shut down, like that was it. It was no option. You had to stay your ass home, and more than likely you would stay in your ass home because ain't shit was open. Here, we were just like, well, don't go shopping if you don't need to. Only do essential things. Like, you're giving people leeway to just not give a fuck. So, like, the doors were open.
I said that's how they gonna act.
Yeah, so it's like they didn't take it seriously and didn't like crack down on the guidelines enough, and then they've set the precedent. There's no going back. So at this point, it's like they're either gonna do these lax ass guidelines or it's just not gonna be a shutdown or nothing. Because I couldn't imagine it getting like them actually fully shutting shit down like it should have been.
Joe Byron ain't gonna do it.
Man,
Joe Byron.
I doubt it.
Hey man, take me to dinner,
I mean,
baby.
if he did, I'd be thoroughly surprised. But I don't have many expectations from just the government in general. Anyway, so
It would be nice if our government actually gave a fuck. But then the
yeah.
other thing is, like, I think part of the argument, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but I want to say yesterday I saw that, like, maybe 65% of Americans are, like, fully vaccinated. And, I mean, like, obviously that's not 100. It's not 90, but, like, it could also be, like, 20. It could be 30. I think the argument is like, I mean, you're effectively saying like 2 out of every three people is vaccinated. It's like, why the fuck would we shut down? Like, run it.
Well, with these variants, like, sure, the vaccine is more protection than, you know, going meat to meat, I guess, but ultimately,
Yo, what?
these variants were not made. The vaccinations were not made for these variants.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but like, I don't have a problem getting a booster like once. But what I'm not about to do is like get a booster like every.
Get a booster for every vote.
It's gonna be like the flu, bruh.
For every variant.
Well,
and a lot of people don't
I
get
think
flu shots, but
I think what Nate's saying like is multiple boosters per year. Like every time a variant, like if 3 variants come out this year, will we have to get a booster each
well,
time?
the booster wasn't made for the variant. They were saying they were approving the booster before the variant. This isn't like a
No, but I'm
new
saying
for Omicron
like,
type shit.
The booster, but okay, so essentially the booster, when they like with the flu, when they do the flu vaccine, they kind of like, there's no real way to tell
Yeah, they do an educated guess
what
on.
specific strain you're gonna actually get hit with, but they can they do like an educated guess, and so basically the boosters are going to be formulated from what's probably most recent. They're not going to cover. There's no way for them to cover what like the future, but they're going to be made from what's most recent. So it's like if you get the booster, which was made for the Delta variant, right? Well, are we going to have to get a booster for the Omicron now? Are we going to have to get a booster for the next one? I think that's where the confusion is. But if it's a yearly booster, I don't see. I mean,
Fuck that.
everybody gets their flu shots every year.
I don't.
From my again, obviously,
Well, not everybody, but most people.
nobody on this pod is a medical professional. But my understanding is when Delta was first going around, she been throwing that dynasty sign. Nah,
Excuse me, I might not be a medical professional, but I work hard for my biology
I'm just
degree.
playing.
Okay.
But nah, when Delta first came around, they were saying that the vaccine had great efficacy against it. Not this Omicron. This is just like a different variant. They're not saying get the booster because of Omicron or because of Delta. They were saying get the booster because that shit is only meant to last for so long. Like,
Well, yeah.
so I don't think it's a get a booster because of X variant coming out. It's just get a booster because that shit wanes eventually. And I ain't talking
All
about
I'm saying
weed.
is, I ain't about to be going get no motherfucking booster shot every fucking couple of months and shit.
Every 6 months you wouldn't get it?
Nah, bro. Like, I mean, I think for me, it's like, I'm not like a super conspiracy theorist, but I definitely like, dabble in some conspiracy theories. And like, I think I said this on a previous pod. Like, hypothetically, if they're like injecting us with some shit, they microchipping us, like, bro, that's fine. Like, I done already took the fucking vaccine. It is what it is. But like, I also think that like the idea behind like getting a booster could be like another way of like
They're just trying to hit us with software updates.
Sure, like I mean, like however the
Bruh,
fuck
I'm
you want to
dead.
call it. I
you
don't know how
carry
to
a
like.
phone around. Like,
No,
there's no need for
but
anything else.
but what I'm saying, like I understand that. Like I know that like Google could probably tell me like the next thing I'm gonna buy. Like they could tell me like what trip I'm gonna take next because they know all this fucking information. They know my history. Blah blah blah. Like I get it. I just don't think it's like, and maybe it's just because like I don't get a flu shot. I haven't gotten. I got a flu shot when we were about to have the baby, and then like prior to that, I hadn't gotten a flu shot in like years. So
What
I
did
don't.
Dev say when with our Thanksgiving health? What did she say again? She said everybody but Nate. Nate ain't been healthy.
I mean, whatever. But I'm not gonna go keep getting a fucking booster for this stupid ass shit, bro. Like, I got my vaccine. Like, I'm gonna get a booster, and like it. Here's the thing though, if they're like, oh, you need to get a booster in like 3 years, like fine, maybe. But like I'm not gonna get a booster every like 9 months. I'm not gonna get a booster every 12 months because like all these fucking different variants keep coming out. Like at some point I'm just gonna have to like I'm just gonna say fuck it. Like it is what it is.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you're not alone. It took a hard time convincing people to get one shot, and then there are some
Right.
people that it didn't take any convincing. So you
I
won't be
mean,
alone in that opinion.
so like think about it. Like I mean, granted, I guess I don't know. Like hepatitis or something is really different because I guess it doesn't really mutate. But like I think you get 3 shots for hepatitis like B, and then that's it. You know, like you get a chicken pox shot, you get a fucking smallpox shot, whatever. You get that shit 1, 2, maybe 3 times because like you have to build up the immunity to it, get
It's
your
like a
antibodies,
series.
whatever. Yeah, but like,
Well,
why
the
the fuck would
difference
I?
with that is that that's been around forever, right? Or not forever, but for a real fucking long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2020.
Like, you know, maybe that shit doesn't like mutate like that or whatever. But I'm just not gonna go get a fucking booster every like 9 months because it's like, oh, now we've moved to like the alpha Omicron variant, and like 2 years later, then it's like the Kappa Eta variant. Like, nah, bro. Like, I don't have fucking time for that shit. It's gonna sound like a fucking like Greek organization chapter, like at a school. Like, I'm good, bro. Like, give me my one
Like
booster, and like I'm done.
you saw they skipped certain letters in the Greek alphabet.
Exactly. How the fuck you go all the way from Delta to Omicron? Like,
Well, nah.
Why did they?
So some variants have like developed, but they weren't contagious or that they weren't
Oh yeah.
successful enough to get. And then also you got new, mu, and is it Z? All of those sound very
Asian.
Asian, and so World Health Organization
Oh,
don't
so
want to
they're trying
be
to be conscious about not causing pandemonium
Not
again.
not
exactly like
perpetuating it
the
even further.
exactly because
That's
like
smart.
the president of China, his name is like G, like Z, like XI. So if you name that shit,
Oh
the
yeah. We'd have a whole
the
nother fucking China virus situation again.
exact
Some people still call it that, bro.
I mean,
China,
that's where COVID
China,
came from.
How you know? You wasn't in
and
Wuhan, my nigga.
China.
It's part
You
of the
gotta say it
conspiracy theory, my
like the
guy.
old president.
I mean, I don't think is it really a conspiracy anymore? Well, I don't know how true it is, but
Yeah, I know.
they were
It's
saying that it
supposed to
was
be started in Wuhan
yeah,
by somebody
it
that
was
ate a bat.
no, I think from what I saw um past the whole bat situation, what they say actually happened was like say there was like lab research being done on a coronavirus because there are other coronaviruses. COVID
SARS.
just yeah. So there are all viruses, they come from different families. And so with this particular one, I guess I don't know if they were like doing research or something in some kind of way it there was an outbreak. Like I don't know the workings behind how it happened. Like it could be as simple as somebody who works in the lab not being as, like following proper sterile protocols, leaving the lab and going home. And now you've caused the pandemic. So I don't think it's as simple as just eating contaminated bat meat or nothing. And I don't think it was necessarily like intentional. Shit happens. And
Coronavirus.
I mean,
It
with
is
shit
getting real.
happening, it's like now at this point, it doesn't even really matter how it started. We just need to
It's
figure out
here.
how to fix it and end it. It's here. So what are we gonna do?
It do matter how this shit got started.
I mean, what, we gonna go in our time machine and stop it?
Nah, it ain't about that, but it's about like if somebody
taking the homie court.
The who?
Homie court.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what homie court is?
I don't know what that is either. I mean, I guess it matters in a sense of like if it was lab related, then maybe we need to rethink the protocols and be more serious about adhering to those protocols and properly doing our checks and stuff. But outside of that, it's like, again, people are human, scientists are human. Not everybody's not perfect. It's as simple as knocking over a beaker in the lab. Like shit like that
and all the
happens every
scientists
day.
will have to take that scientist. All the scientists have to take that scientist to homie court.
Nah, but see, the way this shit happened, well, excuse me, my conspiracy theory is interpretation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, but regardless, like there's so yes, like there's obviously the human element to it, just in terms of like someone could just fuck something up. But the other part of it is that like people receive like grants, like people receive money. There's an actual process for someone to go like, okay, like we want you to test this out in this lab, like we want you to, alter this, like change this gene, whatever, like do whatever the fuck you're doing. And like that's how shit like this happens. Like, there are like certain policies that like might actually need to change because of this. Like you don't want to grant someone money that's going to start another fucking pandemic, 10 years from now. So it's like shit like that too.
I mean, I get that, but it's also, I would say it's a little more complicated than that, because that some stuff like that, nobody, well, most people, I'm not gonna say nobody, there are some diabolical, crazy ass, weird ass people who probably do shit like that, plotting. But when it comes to like scientific research like that in the lab, I know some people just, are think that the medical field and science is just all like, it's just not, everything is not good, it's conspiracy and all this extra stuff. But some stuff is as simple as they see this virus, it might not be HIV related, but they see that using some of these protocols and stuff that they're testing on this virus might lead to a better treatment for another virus, or even just for another ailment, or just anything in general. So I highly doubt that in that sense that they're gonna change any protocols.
Nah, keep that shit. Fuck that. They're killing niggas.
But yeah, we need to figure out what to do with this, because I'm trying to be, I'm trying to have my hot girl summer, Can't have your hot
summer's ended a long time ago.
Okay. To you. Okay?
I mean, sure.
My hot girl summer, first of all, my hot girl summer was stolen. You can't have a hot girl summer while pregnant.
That shit over with. Hot girl summers are over.
Lila stole my hot girl summer from underneath my nose. I'm trying to get that back.
Ain't no more hot girl summers. It's COVID and stay your ass inside. So.
We can have hot girl summer by the pool. It's okay.
Is technically still a hot girl summer if you got a fever?
Fuck you.
You awake, bro?
I'm awake.
Oh shit, Nuke's still here, guys.
Hell yeah.
He sounds like he about to check out in 5 minutes.
Nah, we got shit to talk about. We gotta talk about
We do not have shit to talk about.
We're
I'm about to
still
take my
going?
ass to sleep.
I was gonna talk about Rico Nasty. I felt like it was important. Felt like we don't be highlighting black women enough on here.
We talk about Issa every week.
You're not wrong.
And
Yeah,
Molly.
that's a
And Kelly. And fucking Amanda Seals, whatever her fucking name
I'd
is.
argue that they are the focal point of our episode.
look at who we copping out with. Fake characters.
Man, whatever.
Issa Rae playing Issa Rae.
She playing Issa D.
Issa D.
Ooh.
My bad.
Ooh,
Issa
Issa
playing
D liar.
Issa Diaz.
Well, I mean, anyways, off of Issa, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. What's going on with Rico?
Right, so everybody's familiar with Rico Nasty, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How could
yeah,
I not
like,
be?
all right, but yeah, oh yeah, you from that area, ain't it? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
He from the Measy land.
yeah, Rico Nasty. If you're not familiar with her, she's like a rock star, dog. She's like a black rock star, rapper. She be killing it. And she is on, and she, I guess, people thought that, she kind of, I guess, parallels with maybe the same fan base that like Playboi Carti would have. So she's been a leg on his tour. Playboi Carti kind of has like well, I mean, most audiences at concerts and performances are like going to be white audiences, just because that's the majority of the population, really. So with Rico Nasty being a leg on his tour, she's been opening and I guess like getting booed, like crazy booed. And
Wait, outside of the one?
I think there was two shows.
Oh, I only saw one show like a month ago where that happened.
So there was the show she got booed, and then there was like a show where she got like a bottle thrown at her or something.
Oh, about you know what?
I'm pretty sure it's like a plastic water bottle, but still.
Oh, they bugging.
And so, and she like snapped on them, going off, and she basically was tweeting things like anti-black crowd, or the crowd hates black women, things like that. And then Playboi Carti, he hasn't said anything, and I don't know. I just feel like I think it's a problem with like artists. They don't have that sense of accountability that they should have. So, and that goes everywhere. That goes like Travis Scott with this Astro World catastrophe. Like not really taking accountability, not really, just kind of trying to wait for it to blow over. Like people died. Yeah, okay, there's other people, Live Nation, all that good stuff that are involved, but you need to take accountability for the shit that you do, your lyrics. You ain't no mosh pit unless there's injuries, just telling people to jump off of shit and they're getting paralyzed, just you have no sense of accountability. And then you got Playboi Carti, you got fans that are booing this black woman off the stage for no reason. And you don't got nothing to say. You just gonna stay quiet because you making money. You got a great example, I guess. Not, I guess it's a good example of accountability, but Camp Flog Gnaw, Tyler the Creator's festival. Drake gets on stage, and so basically, he didn't headline Drake. He said a special guest, and everybody from Camp Flog Gnaw, all Odd Future type people who like Odd Future, people who like Tyler, they assumed that the special guest was going to be Frank Ocean, and it wasn't Frank Ocean. It was Drake. And the people at Camp Flog Gnaw, they booed Drake. They
All the
booed
niggas
Drake off
said
that stage.
Drake.
And they booed that man off the stage. And so Tyler, he came out and he was like, what the fuck? He was like, y'all niggas are booing Drake? He went off and he pointed people out. He was like, you right there. I saw you. You were booing him crazy. Like you have lost your mind. It was like, just like calling people out, holding your fans accountable. And people are like afraid to do that, or they don't have the, I guess, like, I don't know, like mental fortitude. I guess not mental fortitude, just you don't have the
Just don't give
judgment.
a fuck.
Yeah, you just don't care, or like you don't have like the human decency, I guess, to
I mean, some
like,
people just don't have that awareness. They don't like. I still feel like that falls under just don't give a fuck, but
yeah,
it's
but then when you
they
got
just
Rico Nasty like tweeting like she wants to cry herself to sleep or she wishes she was dead. She's like tweeting to the Cardi fans like, I wish I was dead just as much as you guys do.
Mhm.
You got a black woman like, saying stuff like that, man, bro. Like that needs to be addressed. And it's like, all right, Playboy Cardi, your mom is a black woman, like you what if this was your sister or mom, like how you going to, it's disgusting. That's all. Shame on Playboy Cardi, shame on Travis Scott, shame on just like all of these like men who just or just pop stars and famous people who just lack a sense of accountability for, I don't know. I feel like you don't have to be trained on that. You should just have a conscience. Get off the drugs. I don't know. And I just felt like that needed to be addressed.
Stay off the weed.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a Rico Nasty fan. Um, I just feel like that needed to be addressed. That's all.
well, is that it? Anything else? Are we doing the
That's
last one? Huh?
I mean,
You said that's it.
I almost go as far as saying fuck Playboy Cardi. I
You know,
like his music though, but he just
the only thing I just can't really. I know I've heard some of his music, but like for me, he's kind of it's like Mariah Carey. Like I don't know him. Like I couldn't really tell you name off a song of his right now off top. I
shit.
couldn't tell
Oh,
you who he is. Like if you put a lineup of pictures in front of me, I couldn't tell you who the hell this man is.
speaking of Mariah Carey, y'all never said what y'all greatest Christmas songs was.
All I want for Christmas, because I that get me in a Christmas mood. It could be in the middle of July, 90 degrees, and I want it to be Christmas.
Well,
man.
mine is Temptation Silent Night.
I mean, that's a good one, but it's still always Mariah for me.
I wouldn't say it gets me in a Christmas mood, but motherfucking CeeLo Green's rendition of fucking "Mary, Did You Know?" That
Bro,
shit is.
bro, Mary, did you
Did you
know
know that
that
your
it's your
baby boy
baby?
had me out here in my
Bro, that is the one that makes that entire Christmas album that I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Why you ain't have my back?
Mary,
They was
did you
looking at me
know?
like, nigga, you crazy?
Who?
Dude, he was probably asleep.
Yeah, I was definitely
Yeah,
asleep.
He
bro.
probably missed the whole conversation.
I
I
did.
said this
I didn't even think
earlier.
I was talking about this.
I said CeeLo's album was way. I said CeeLo album is very slept on. One of the most slept on Christmas albums.
I've never listened to a CeeLo album in general before, so I couldn't. I don't even have nothing to say to that. I didn't even know this man had Christmas music. First of all,
Bryson Tiller just dropped a Christmas album. I ain't listened to it yet though.
I saw
I
I saw Instagram react to it.
I
Mm.
don't. I mean, I don't know how I feel about the currents dropping Christmas albums.
Man, White Soul
Y'all,
had a good Christmas album. Justin
y'all need
Bieber.
to add a little bit of just give it some time. Give us 5 more years. We still good off the old shit. We don't need y'all shit just yet.
I got the ultimate Christmas playlist. Oh, did y'all know that "Players Ball" by Outkast is a Christmas song?
Say,
Different.
say what?
"Players Ball" by Outkast. That's a Christmas song.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. So the original version of "Players Ball," Sleepy Brown says, um, "There's a better day when the Players Ball is happening on Christmas Day."
Mm.
And then on the Southern Playalistic version, like it says, the play ball is happening all day, every day. And Dre's verse, he says, it's cut out. Some of the Christmas stuff is cut out as if it was curse words on the actual album. It's like he says, "Y'all think I'm about to break my neck to help y'all deck the oh no." So on the Christmas version, he said, "Y'all think I'm about to break my neck to help y'all deck the halls? Oh no, I got other means of celebrating." And then there's another part. He was like, "No sense, no silent night." I was like, so I gotta. So it's not on Apple Music. It's on Tidal though. It's like the LaFace Family Christmas. It's like the L.A. Reid produced Christmas album, and so they don't have that album on Apple Music, but they have it on Tidal. So the actual Christmas version is on Tidal, and that was out. That was actually Outkast's first single, the Christmas version.
I never would have caught that.
Another fun fact. Yeah, I apologize. I was definitely asleep.
Yeah, bro. I was in here. I was like, bro. Yeah, I was like, CeeLo has a very slept on Christmas album, and they was like, who?
We thought he said seal.
Oh nah.
At first, when you first said it, I thought you said seal, and then I was like, oh, he said CeeLo, because I was like, who knew if Seal even had? I'm like, he's still making music.
Nah. CeeLo Christmas album came out a long time ago, but
Mm.
yeah, it was good though. I mean, any album that CeeLo Green has put out has been pretty good.
I don't know why though, but like Christmas music, for me, it just don't hit the same if you don't got like the old school Bose system like scattered throughout your house, and it
You
just
need like a
engulfs you
you need like
like
the
the whole house.
fireplace cackling. You need like a
Hmm.
cackling fire pit. It's just
Like you had to
nuts
have the whole
roasting.
setup if you playing Christmas music, like
Yeah, you can't be playing that joint on a little tiny little anchor
off a little
speaker.
iHome speaker.
Yeah,
You
that
need the
joint gotta
real
be.
shit.
It need to be
One
robust.
time,
Nat
my
King
driver,
Cole was up.
I let my driver play Christmas music because he was really into the Christmas spirit. Bro, this man played Christmas songs for 12 hours.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely
go.
not. Nah, no,
12 hours.
no.
That joint
I
gotta
said,
be
bro,
robust. Gotta be
I
like
said, what
that.
the fuck, bro? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still playing Christmas songs? Turn this shit off.
I would have had a problem. What
Nat,
after 2 hours, sir? We need to stop this.
Nat King Cole, his voice gotta be chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That joint gotta come on like strong. It can't be on the little baby speaker, the little waterproof, the little speaker you get at the White Elephant Christmas party.
Nah, unfortunately, I guess fortunately, but unfortunately, my shit got a subwoofer on that bitch, so that
So when
shit
he
crisp.
say chestnuts, like the when he do that part, I know it. That joint knock you over with the
Windows shaking.
subwoofer on. Exactly. Just ch- glass start breaking. Bro, I'm about to beat this game again.
My God.
Not the
Nah,
same game you said you was trash at.
Nah, yeah, this gameplay gonna be kind of, but I mean, it's when it's good, it's good, it's brilliant. But when it's not good, it's not good.
At this point, are our watchers even here for the gameplay?
Hey,
Because
we in competition with Keenan Thompson for views.
are we?
Well, I don't know why Keenan Thompson had to catch that straight. Remember that time when Devin posted Keenan Thompson podcast in the group chat and that shit had like 19 views. I was like, oh shit, we in competition with Keenan Thompson, nigga.
Oh God! Look, start
But to light his
slow.
ass
We'll
up.
get there. We'll get there one day.
Hey, Keenan Thompson, we on your ass. Fuck wrong with you, boy. Get your shit together.
One day we're gonna pop up and we're gonna be like, damn, where all these subscribers come from? It's gonna be at like 3,000.
Yeah, we done. Fat Albert was a good movie.
I mean, honestly, even if the gameplay is trash, I feel like at least it's realistic.
Yeah, I died
Because
like twice.
I mean, yeah, you want to watch people play well, I guess sometimes, but it's like show us the real. You over here murking niggas the whole time. Fuck. I'll just watch you kill people and win each game. That gets boring.
All right, looks like that's all.
Is it? Yeah.
My eyes are shutting themselves.
Oh, they been shut.
Oh yeah, and then they open back up. Now they shutting again.
I don't know why you're so tired.
Again. What the fuck do you mean?
I'm crying.
Bro, I looked at my shit. I got damn near fucking 14,000 steps today. Off doing what? Just walking. Back and forth. I ain't do no run today.
What's your screen?
Well, I ain't on that whoop no more, my boy. I'm on that Garmin.
Oh, true.
He said he leveled up on you hoes.
Look, but my body battery before I took that little cat nap was at 6.
Mm.
And yes, that's out of 100.
Ugh.
It shows when I took the nap though. That shit up to 23 now. That shit rejuvenated me. All right, well, I'll close this out. Goddamn. Thank you for tuning into Boozy Game Nights, where we have mediocre gameplay but great conversation. Hopefully, you guys make sure you guys like and subscribe, share with your friends, share with your family. Like, well, depending on what age your family is, because we don't filter nothing. But anyway, definitely follow us on all social media. Boozy Game Night. We streaming on most platforms. I won't say all, but most platforms. Yeah, and good night.
Night, y'all.
All right, good night, y'all.
He gonna have to cut it out because I don't know how to do the Craig leave.
Neither do I. I was gonna say that low key gave was it the like the final descent on your flight announcement?
Bing bong.
Wait.
Hold on, I think I got it. Hold on.
Let's say I don't know how to do this shit.
Look, now tell them motherfuckers we about to bring it to them raw. All these niggas steady sleeping, we getting ready for war. If you say we got beef, then I'm bringing it to your door. They call me the black sheep cause I'm way different than y'all. Tell them motherfuckers Cause we about to bring it to them raw. All these niggas steady sleeping, we getting ready for war. If you say we got beef, then I'm bringing it to your door. They call me the black sheep cause I'm way different than y'all. Now I ain't never ran the streets.